For more insight on this investigation tonight, let's turn to Jack Rice, former CIA officer. Jack, always a pleasure. Reports tonight are that this investigation is now branching out into 4 different states. What's happening here? Was this actually a treasure trove that they were able to capture this guy alive after shooting him?
Without question, it is, Ed. You always want this if you can, because you need to figure out exactly where it is he was trained, if any, who inspired him, if there were others involved, if there's others he've even heard about. All the things are beneficial here. And I think about this way. If he's very proud of what he did, fine. Let's sit down and let's interrogate him about what it is that he's proud about, what it is he was trying to accomplish, and the others who are also interested and really wanted to drive forward based upon this concept. And that's important to get the answers that we're looking for here.
We should also point out to our audience that you are also a lawyer, and the President of the United States seems to be pretty eager for justice. He's saying that he hopes he gets the death penalty. He, of course, was read his Miranda rights. Can he still be listed as an enemy combatant? I know that on Capitol Hill they're still talking about that. What's moving forward here?
This is a very difficult call at this point. And when I heard what the president said, that can actually complicate matters for the federal prosecutors in this case. I'm a former prosecutor. As a criminal defense attorney, this is something that I look at a lot. And what's really important here is if you're going to be trying him in a federal court, which I think they're probably going to be doing in the short term, the real issue is we need to establish that due process takes place. If this man is guilty of a crime, let's prove that he's a criminal. Let's go through the process to establish that this is the best country on the planet when it comes to the judicial system, and establish that if somebody does something wrong here, they're going to be prosecuted. That really needs to be done in a case like this to make the point that we believe in what we stand for.
I'm certainly not trying to make the inference that maybe our media has to take the position of the military, but the military operates on a need-to-know basis. And when I hear comments coming from this perpetrator that he's happy that he killed so many, that he wished he had killed more, that he was inspired by all of these internet videos put out by ISIS, how do we know that all that conversation and coverage wouldn't inspire another attacker? I mean, is this an area that law enforcement and investigators have to be concerned about, that this guy is getting media attention about what he said at his bedside that might inflame the situation? What do you make of that?
No question at all, Ed. In fact, one issue that we can think about is something that happens in Europe right now with the Brits, as an example, with those attacks in London. They had some real consternation with American media for leaking some of the information there, because there's a possibility there may be ongoing operations tied to this individual. If those things are actually leaked to the public, it limits the ability of the government to wrap up any potential or additional cells. And so it's really critical to make sure that you can control that information to get everything that you can to do this as successfully as you can to stop any potential violence in the future. That's critical here.
Always the great take and insight from Jack Rice. Jack, great to have you with us tonight. I appreciate it.